My life is a rich bank of embarrassing behaviors and memories. I uh, pooped my pants at a water park once. I used to tuck my t-shirt into my gym shorts. And for years, I would only adjust my glasses by scrunching my face around because I didn't know you could just do that. But what I really love are the tiny, embarrassing moments, the things that didn't really affect my life. The other parties definitely do not remember, but they've stuck with me for decades. First example, Red Wilson Little League baseball game. After a game where I saw one of the cooler kids from the team on the way to our cars, and he'd done really well that game. I think he'd hit a home run, and I'd recently learned the phrase, "What do you eat?" Like what is he on? I want what he's having, that kind of thing. And so I shouted across the parking lot, "Hey, what do you eat?" And he was kind of confused, and then shouted back, "Pizza, a lot of meats." And I remember, I'm sure this is a false memory, but I remember my mom being kind of embarrassed, telling me to quiet down, and that is when I knew that I would never be a cool kid. Second grade, I took spelling with the class ahead of me, with the third graders, and on every spelling test, there was an extra bonus word, one that we hadn't studied before, and this one time it was boundary. The teacher said it very clearly, boundary, putting the A in there, but I was pretty sure boundary didn't have an A and that she was trying to trick us. So I put boundary, Boundry, and I got it wrong. And if I had just had the normal amount of trust in a third grade teacher, for years I worried about what that had done to my GPA. I was, 7 when it happened. Junior high, I was ahead in math this time, and the teacher had us all go around and say our names and a little about us. I think specifically what we thought of math, and everyone was saying, oh, math is hard, blah blah blah. And I went, I'm Nick, and I love the math. I think I was thinking of like to do the math or like this is great except for all the math, but it came out sounding like the Google, and it was horrifying. In high school, I used to whistle a lot and kind of contort my face, I guess. And this one classmate once said, "Nick, why are you always making those funny faces?" And I was listening to a lot of the Beatles, and so I thought he was making a reference to this song from Abbey Road that goes, "You never give me your money, you only give me your funny faces." But it's not funny faces, it's funny papers, and he just thought I was weird. He didn't know anything about the fucking Beatles. I hope he's dead. I think around 18, I was at the dentist's, and she was demonstrating the proper way to brush my gums with a toothbrush and a model set of teeth. And I thought at one point that she wanted me to take the toothbrush and show how I was doing my gums. And so I reached out and grabbed for the toothbrush, and for the briefest moment, we were both tugging at the toothbrush. And then a second later, I figured out what was going on and let go, and she continued. If I had a time machine, I wouldn't go and kill Hitler, or maybe I would, but at first, I would go back to this moment and change it. So yeah, those are my tiny embarrassments. I would love if you shared some of your own, so I don't feel like a lone freak. Remember, it's the smallest thing that the other person definitely doesn't remember. A moment your brain has no reason to hold on to, except for the oversized embarrassment that has lingered with you and likely will until your death.